As we continue this documentary, we're just going to take a visit right here through Gallery 2. As you can see right here, we've recently added what is an 1862 Union or Yankee 3-inch rifle. Of course, you may call it actual cannon, but the better name of it is 3-inch rifle. And this is the heart of our Abraham Lincoln Library Museum exhibit, and this is the heart of the collection that dealing with the arrival of President-elect Abraham Lincoln to Washington, D.C., February 1861, and then of course the outbreak of the bombardment on Fort Sumter, which actually led us into the conflict we know as the Civil War. This is an actual bed, walnut bed that actually was located in Cincinnati, Ohio at the Burnett House. The President-elect Abraham Lincoln, who actually slept inside this bed on the night of his 52nd birthday, and it's made of walnut material, as we have already said, and the headboard, the frame, and the footboard are all original. You might notice that quilt right there. That's the actual log cabin pattern. But it's a 12-night, 12-day journey eastward to Washington, D.C. And he left Springfield, Illinois, in a bittersweet occasion. And he said to the crowd in an impromptu speech that, not knowing whether I will or will not return with a task greater upon me than that rested upon George Washington, I bid you an affectionate farewell. And of course, as we know, that's the last words he ever spoke in Springfield, Illinois. Okay? But there again, this is the Civil War Gallery, dealing primarily with the weapons, the artifacts pertaining to the conflict. Over there you see a good scene of the Navy, which consisted of blacks, and then later, after the Emancipation Proclamation, actually blacks were enlisted into the United States Army and Marines. A Walt Whitman saddle, excuse me, right there is before you. And this right here is a beautiful sitting. It's a prelude to the assassination gallery. There's a little story about President Lincoln being visited by a mother who actually thanking President Lincoln on bended knees at the what is today the Lincoln bedroom in the White House, Washington, D.C. And her son had been guilty of desertion. President Lincoln signed a letter of pardon, freeing her son. And of course she comes in tears of joy, not tears of sorrow. And it's a bittersweet occasion because the actual afternoon visit took place on April 14th, 1865. As we know what happened later that night, President Lincoln's own life was actually sifted out by the actor John Wilkes Booth. Okay? I want you to see that, and then we go right on through, journeying through. This is of course going to take us right back to the area of Washington, D.C. Right there it is. And of course this is the diorama dealing with the Battle of Antietam, September 17th, 1862. There's a good shot of Washington, D.C. President-elect Lincoln was inaugurated on the east steps of the Capitol building and an unfinished dome of the Capitol. Okay, down Pennsylvania Avenue to the area of the White House, of course, the Washington Monument, unfinished structure at the time, the Smithsonian Institution Castle, the Potomac River, of course, in the distance, the rolling hills of Virginia, where is of course located Alexandria, Georgetown as well. I'm moving right on through. Pick up on the next video.